What's up guys, you're watching India Today Tech. I'm Rahul Sethi, and this video I'm going to unbox the Huawei Y9, the latest phone from Huawei that comes at 15,990 and comes with dual cameras at the front and at the back as well. So let's quickly take the phone out of the box and take a look at its design. The phone has a notch display, and at the back you'll see it has a very glossy panel, though the phone is fully made out of plastic. But anyways, let's take a look at the other box contents. You get a SIM ejector tool, and there is a TPU case, which is a flexible one. Then you get a micro USB cable, which is good in quality, and you also get a travel adapter that has 10 watt of output rating. But since this is a China box, you may get different accessories in the India box. Anyways, let's boot up the smartphone and take a look at its design. On the right side you get the volume rocker and the lock button. They're not very tactile and they don't have good feedback, especially the lock button that feels a little wobbly in its place. At the back the phone has a dual camera setup with single LED flash and a fingerprint scanner. At the bottom you get a micro USB port, a primary microphone, headphone jack and speakers, and at the top there is a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. The SIM tray on the phone has triple slots, so you get to expand the storage and add 2 SIM cards as well. And the overall design, as you will see, is not very impressive. I mean, the Honor 8X has a much impressive design and build quality, and it also has glass used at the back and a metal frame. But on the Y9 you'll see it's all plastic. The back is also clear plastic, and overall the build quality is not very different from phones like the Realme 2 Pro or the Zenfone Max Pro M2. Anyways, at the front you'll see the phone has a dual camera setup, and the earpiece is put between the display and the phone body, and the bezels on the phone are also not very thin. Now as I set up the smartphone, you take a look at the full specs and we'll take a look at the phone in detail. Alright, so this is the Huawei Y9. Comes with a full HD plus panel, and the display is quite crisp and sharp. The interface you'll see is still the older EMUI, unlike the recently announced Honor View 20 that runs the Magic UI, but still it seems to be quite fast. You'll see the app launch is quite fast, although it takes a slight moment to load the application, but nonetheless it doesn't feel very slow. But again, it's a new device, so we'll have to put a lot of apps and test it thoroughly. The rear camera on the phone does seems to have a sloppy autofocus, but it does seem to be quite accurate and is able to focus accurately, which is quite nice. And the sharpness on the photo seems to be quite nice as well. Now when we switch to the front camera, you'll see the phone switches to the portrait mode, which I think should take a bokeh shot altogether by default, but that is not really the case. So there is a separate bokeh mode. I think this is turned on with this button which says bokeh enabled. So let's click a photo now. So as you will see, the background has vanished altogether, and what we have is just the foreground, which is also not very sharply focused, and you'll see the object outlines are also not very sharp. So the front camera doesn't seem to be a very amazing thing on this device. Although it's a dual camera setup, I'm not still very impressed with the overall quality. Here are some shots taken by the phone's rear camera. The face unlock feature is very similar to most Huawei phones and the Honor phones we have seen. That is, if you pick up the device, it will automatically light up and it will detect the face to turn on the smartphone. Although there is a lag and this feature is not properly finished, it does seem to be a nice implementation of the face unlock feature. The display seems to be quite vivid, and the color production also seems to be quite accurate, but it is not a very bright panel. You'll see indoors the brightness is nearly full, and if you use it outdoors, I think it will not be able to combat harsh sunlight or harsh outdoor light conditions. So the brightness on the display seems to be quite average, but you'll see the color reproduction, as in this YouTube video, appears to be quite nice. Most phones in this price range are using water drop style notch, which is much less intrusive compared to this notch, but nonetheless the display has quite good viewing angles and gives a good watching experience. Here is a video sample taken from the phone's rear camera. Here's a video sample taken from the phone's front camera. And let me go indoors and show you the transition between good light and low light conditions, how the camera behaves and how the audio is recorded on the Huawei Y9. So this is the Honor Y9, not a very surprising phone, nothing major to talk about. Although there has been better designed phones from Honor in this price segment, I am not really able to figure out the USP of the Y9 right now. Maybe the cameras are better than phones in this price segment, but I'll have to check by comparing it with other smartphones. So far, this does not seem to be the case. Anyways, I'll let you know all about it in my full review. So subscribe to my channel and watch out for it. If you'd like to ask anything about the Y9, let me know in the comment section below. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and share it with your friends. Subscribe to our channel to get latest videos on technology, smartphones and other gadgets like this. Thank you for watching.